This is a basic walkthrough of the sdstudio package. Right now I am in RStudio and I'm using R version 4.5.1. But this package is compatible with most of the IDEs and most of the R versions. So we simply type in sdstudio and launch. So this is your landing page. Right now we're on the build tab. We also have the preview and responses tabs. I'll go through them one by one. So let's start from the template. We have a variety of different templates. For showcase purpose, I'll just show you the default template. And for the directory, it's by default your working directory. So you're free to click on this Create Survey button. But if you really want to change your directory, you can click on this button and you can type in whatever path you want. For showcase purpose, let's just stay with the default setting. So let's create a survey. This is how this studio looks like. So on the left side is the structure, and on the right side is the plain code. And the structure is actually a reflection of how this code looks like. On each page, there are T for text and Q for questions, and you can move them around, but let's just leave it. Say that you want to add another question, you can click on the Add Q here, and you're free to add any question types. For now, let's add another multiple choice question. The ID, how about Apple? And the question label, what's your favorite apple? Then we can say, and how about Fuji? Pink lady. Sorry, pink lady. How about honey, honey crisp? I'll say add content. Then this question will be added here. And you can even see the code here. So this is the question you just created. And if you don't want it, you can just delete it. And you can add a new page here. Say that I want to add a page 3 after the page 2. I say add page, and then a page 3 will be added. Now it's empty. Let's give it, how about a text? So this is page 3. And then a text is added. So you're free to add, edit. This is the edit button, and also delete any content as you wish. So that's everything for the build panel. Let's move on to the preview panel. So as we build the survey will be rendered under the hood, and it can be reflected in the preview panel. So this is our preview, and it's a live reflection of anything that we just edited. Like, what is your favorite penguin? And here, what is your favorite apple? And how about Honey Crisp? And then next, a word here, how about apple? Okay, the next page. And this is the new page that I just created. Next page. So this is the ending page. Then let's say exit survey. And since this is the preview tab, it won't allow me, but a real survey will. So let's just cancel it. That's the preview page. And you can always restart by clicking this refresh button. So this will give you a new session, so you can always restart. And by default, this is the desktop view, and we can toggle to mobile view by clicking on this. And you can change back. So that's for the preview. And let's go to responses. And this is the live view of the data we just collected. So these are the basic informations of total responses, daily average, and completion rate. And also we have some more data reflection here. And down here, we have table view of the responses. And if you wish, you can download a CSV file by clicking on this button. So the file will be downloaded to your download folder. So that's the basic walkthrough. And then I want to talk about two advanced features. One is the online database. So you may have noticed that we have a pair of buttons here on the top right. This is for local mode, which is our current mode, and this one is for DB mode. And this pair of buttons is available on each page. Say that I want to toggle on the online database. Then I click on this button, which is DB mode. On this mode, we have a new option. It's called database connection. Right now, it's not connected. I toggle on settings. I need to fill in my credentials. Okay, all the credentials are here. And since I'm using Supabase, it's very easy to get your credentials here. Let's move on. Now I want to create a new table. How about demo? Then I'll say test connection. Then it's connected. So let's close this. There's nothing here in the demo table because we haven't filled in anything yet. So for now, let's do this survey again. I'll just randomly click on the buttons. How about banana? Next, then exit the survey. Now, as I go back to the responses, I can see my responses here. I can also switch back to my Superbase, and there's a table editor here. So the demo table is here, and this is exactly what I just filled in. But the purpose of building the studio is that in usual cases, you don't have to go back to your Superbase terminal. You can always stay with the studio because it takes care of everything. Another use case is that say that I delete all the server files and I launch the studio again. This is clean start again. And by default, we have the DB mode. And say that I don't want to create any survey, I just want to monitor my database. Well, I can skip over build and preview and directly go to responses. So since I already have my credentials, I don't need to input them again. Now I can use this drop-down menu to locate to any table that I want to view. How about this one? Then I have all the information that I needed. I have 15 total responses, and this is how the cumulative responses goes, and this is the daily responses, and this is the table view of the server responses. Then I can again download the CSV file. So in summary, there are three use cases of the server.studio. And firstly, you can build a server using the studio and run it on local mode. As you create a server, it switches to local mode by default. And secondly, you can switch to the DB mode for online testing. And thirdly, you can skip over all the server construction steps and directly go to the responses. And then you can use the studio as a view tool to all your previous responses.